Hello Virgo, my name is NiJiLL. You have found alchemy and this is your June 2025 reading. Okay, I don't know if you watched the shuffle and layout, but these cards were pre-pulled for a reason. They're from your spring 2025 reading, and as promised from that reading, I re-pulled them to build a reading around them to get some more insight on the month. If you haven't listened to the reading, or you did and you kind of don't remember, I'm going to go over this real quick so this way you're not completely lost. So I'm going to move this just a little bit for now so we can get to each card. This is the 9 of Vessels in this deck. And this is a tremendous deck, and there's a whole suit of vessels here. And the vessels, they represent the ether, quite simply, right? And depicted in this card is a chimaeron. It's like a chimaeron type hybrid, to be exact. And this animal has 3 heads, and it indicates multiple feelings about something. And you may be conflicted about something this month. Hold on a second. No bark. Sorry about that. I have 4 dogs in the room with me right now. Your job here with this card is to get yourself in balance. Mind, body, and soul going in the same direction in unison. And sort of... Well, Virgo, we knew that had to happen at least once with the dogs. I'm really sorry. So I'm babysitting someone's dog, and along with that dog, I have my 3 dogs. So it's always interesting. Okay, so back to this card. This card, your job here is to get yourself in balance. Remember I said body, mind, and soul in unison. You have to reconcile something within yourself this month, all right? You have seeds here, and the seeds have been planted, right? It does say spring, and we are in the spring, but so there's a clue that something really important is going to happen this month. But also seeds germinate, they sprout. So we'll keep that in mind here. You have the 9 of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces, and this is the wish card. So a card of manifestation. Something's manifesting for you here this month, Virgo. I like that for you. You have 3 of Cups coming in sideways. And, you know, in my readings, sideways cards are decisions. Could be an imbalance, but mostly they're decisions. It's Mercury and Cancer energy. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I share this information with someone? Share this with people? It's a sort of decision you're going to have to make. Do you want other people to celebrate what's going on? Or would you rather keep it to yourself? You might have your own reasons for thinking that way. Now, the advice here is the Page of Cups. Now, glancing at your cards, just glancing at them as I was laying them out, you have other pages in your reading, but this is the only upright page, and this page is holding a cup. And as we know, the cups are emotions and their love, right? So the advice here is to take seriously either an offer that you might be getting this month or some sort of opportunity. And it is an opportunity for love, but I do see something else going on, other things, I should say, going on here. So it's not just... This isn't a love reading per se. It is and it isn't, okay? You have a lot of different things going on. When we add all this up and we break it, and by the way, this seed that you have planted, or these seeds that you have planted, could germinate into things that you're just not expecting. So just, and positive things that you're not expecting. The fact that you planted them and cared for them is your part. Your other part here is to get your whole being in unison with these decisions this month. Okay, when we add that up and we break it down, we get Jupiter energy. And you know, we know that's Sagittarian energy, but it's expansion. It's luck, it's optimism, it's all the things, right? All the things. Love that for you. So let's move on to the right side. We have the 9 of Pentacles. I'm not even going to pick this up. It'll just take me too long. I'll wreck everything. And this is a very large card, so you can really see it well. The 9 of Pentacles, as you can see, is success alone, right? It's independence, but it's success, right? So something's coming in for you. It's a very happy card, but it does pay to note, and I always take note of it, that this card did come in reverse originally. Now, I do not take these overarching cards in reverse. However, I take note of them when they do. So another meaning to this particular card, Venus in Virgo energy, by the way, you may have a choice whether to achieve this alone and enjoy it alone or share it with another person. Could be a need to reevaluate your relationship with the material world and personal fulfillment and what that means to you. A need for, it's a reward. It is a reward. All right. So make no mistake, you are being rewarded this month. You have iron, and iron is number 22 in this deck. And this is pure Mars energy, right? It's Aries energy for sure. What is iron? Iron's very reliable. It's strong, right? It's associated with the planet Mars, as we say, Martian energy. This card sort of invites you to rely only on the reliable and ask yourself what truly supports you. What have you already built? Iron dwells in the center of the earth. So when confused, if you become confused at all, always go inward. Do that hermit thing with the lantern. Go inward. It is a strong, assertive energy. You also have Kairos. I love this card. You have Kairos. You notice the I here, right? This is number 76 in this deck. Synchronicity. You could be synchronizing with another person, or you could be thinking about life beyond the ticking clock. This is known as the mythic time. Time becomes a living thing, right? That watches over you. Do you see that eye, right? That's where Kairos dwells. It's all about patience, precision, and waiting for that rush of inner knowing. Just like iron dwells in the center, Kairos does as well. You may be faced with, let me see if I could pick these up. You may be faced with something from your past, something that hurt you. This could be a work situation, but many times this is a love situation. There's something that may have hurt you in the past, something that you have gotten over successfully that lingers there. A healing is needed, even though you may feel that you have healed from it already. And I'll tell you why. The healing is being brought up because I believe something is going to be presented to you with this Page of Cups. And here you have the card of strength. And as you can see, it's a strong arm holding a medal, right? Could that metal be iron itself? It could be. It also could be gold, right? Something very, very valuable is at hand here for you. Very, very nice energy, but interesting energy as always. Okay. Yeah. Before we, I mean, I am going to do this side, but I just want you to know, these are your 3 legs, and your 3 legs represent each third of the month. And as I've been telling everybody, sometimes these legs come out of order, right? I've gotten multiple messages about the first leg coming in last. So try to have patience and a broad mind, because we know that, like science, this isn't a science. Tarot is spiritual. Now, moving on to the side before we get down here, we do have Pisces. And you might be dealing with a Pisces. This is number 12 in this deck. You might be dealing with a Pisces or somebody with strong Pisces placements, for sure. Yeah, because with that cup there, right? Definitely. Oh, sorry. There is Pisces here on the table. You also have equinox, commitment, integration, shifts. Remember when I said way at the beginning of the reading, those 3 heads have to be integrated. They have to come in, they have to be in unison. There's shifts going on. Also, there is a commitment here on the table of some kind that might be presented to you. You have Pallas, and this is an asteroid. It says wisdom, skill, self-defense. Now, it does pay to note that Pallas on June 9th is retrograde in Aquarius for weeks. Pallas or Pallas, however you'd like to pronounce it, tells us to focus and harness our emotional intelligence. There's something that may have hurt you from the past. You have to sort through it, figure out what may be wounding you still, and get over it, because I really think that what is going to be presented to you this month is worth investigating. You have Gemini here in the 3rd house. Communication, transportation, local community. You're going to be receiving some sort of communication for sure, okay, this month. Now, your messages here. It says taking steps. Action is key. Remove this. Action is key. to getting where you need to go. You can't wait around and take a step in any direction to get unstuck and find opportunities. You can't wait around. So you're going to have to get unstuck this month. There is a feeling of stuckness, and this feeling could be coming from inside you, or it could be coming from something in your external energy that's making you feel this way. It says message, and there's the communication that we talked about with that Gemini. Communication records, call records, instant messaging. You're going to be receiving a message. This message might come from inside you. It might be an actual message, okay? It says thrive and believe. I love the sprouts on this card because we talked about that with the seeds. It says embrace growth and trust and promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. Yeah. I do think you have more answers than you think. It says shopping mall, variety of stores, shopping center. Yeah, you might be making a purchase this month here, Virgo. You might be gaining something to where you could make the purchase. It doesn't have to be at a mall either. It could be something else, something that you have wanted for a long time. It is on the table for sure. You have the initials Q, Z, S, B, and V. Now these could be someone's initials, could be a person, place, or thing, right? And one of these initials, one of these letters, or all of them will mean something to you by the end of the month. It could be a place where you meet someone. It could be a place where you have dinner. It could be a place, could be a street name. Could be anything like that. So please keep an open mind with the charms. You have here, it says, where there's a will, there's a way. And this is coming in upside down. And usually that's my indication that something is going on inside you. And we talked about that more than once, right? There is a change going on inside you. There's a much needed change that's going on inside you. You may be feeling salty. And this is a very internal thing because this is coming in upside down as well. There may be something from your past that still makes you feel a little salty. Maybe the pain was processed into saltiness, right? Annoyance, rejection, something like that. You have here memento mori. I mean, this is a two-sided coin, and it really depends on which side, but you landed on memento mori. Remember, and basically that means in Latin, remember you will die. And it is the reminder of the brevity of time and the importance of living fully now. So if you are holding on to anything from the past, it is time to let it go. You have a charm here that says, a sister is someone to dream, cry, sing, and laugh with. And there may be, usually when I get that, it's somebody on the other side. It doesn't have to be a sister, but it is a female energy on the other side that is trying to guide you intuitively through this time and really, really help. Now, remember what I said about these legs, okay? This is in reverse, but we do not take these in reverse. On your first leg, you have feminine, right? And this could be like we talked about, that feminine energy that's around you, that is trying to guide you here, Virgo. Your first card here is the it's the 10. The 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is Saturn and Sagittarius. And we know that the 10 of Wands is a high stress card, but it is in reverse. Burdens that may have been debilitating in the past are becoming much less so. You have next here the 4 of Swords coming in sideways, Jupiter and Libra. You are going to decide whether to come out of a period of non-action, a period of let me see what happens, to do I take action or not. It's going to be a decision you're going to have to make this month. There is no clue yet about whether you should or you shouldn't, but it is a decision you're going to have to make. You also have the Knight, and here, yeah, I think most of you are going to make a decision. It says the Knight of Swords coming in reverse. This is Mercury and Gemini energy. And I have to tell you, my knights, the Knight of Swords is the quickest moving knight in the deck, right? He forges forward with his sword drawn, and he doesn't really think, he just does. And it's coming in reverse, so you may be slowing down to rethink things. However, this sideways card makes more sense to me now because you're going to do both. You're going to slow down and really, really think about something, and you're also going to speed ahead because the very next card is the Chariot. And the Chariot is Cancer, pure Cancer energy, heading off with confidence or vigor, straight ahead, after a period of introspection, which my hermits are famous for, right? Yeah. Let me see if I could just move these cards to where you could really, hopefully you could see that. I will move them over a little bit more when I do this. So you could really see everything here, Virgo. When we add this column up and we break it down, we get Jupiter energy again. So this is a time of expansion. It's a time of making decisions. You do have the wish card here. Please remember that. And here we go. Here's that healing we talked about, right? It does say inner child, and for at least one of you, that might be true. It might be something that happened to you here as a child that you are trying to get over, or that impacts you now, impacts your trust perhaps, or it could literally just be healing from something that you went through as an adult. You have the Page of Pentacles. Remember when I said all your pages were in reverse? You have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, Mercury and Taurus energy, a delay. Perhaps something you're responsible for. You might be responsible for this delay. You might be responsible for slowing things down here. Or maybe it's something you experience. But ultimately, your center card, and I always tell you, your center card is super important because everything revolves around it. You have the Eight of Swords coming in reverse, and the Eight of Swords is Jupiter and Gemini energy. And it's a shift from feeling stuck to finding freedom, right? Maybe feeling like you're in some self-imposed sort of stuckness. Could be a mental prison. Could be a prison from something long ago that you're dissolving this month. And you have the Emperor coming in sideways. The Emperor is pure Aries energy, just like that iron, right? You may be dealing with an Aries. You may have Aries placements, but I have to tell you, you're trying to decide, will you step into your full power? Will you? Will you inherit what you're meant to inherit during this journey? And another fascinating thing is when we add this column up, we break it down, we get Jupiter energy yet again, and that's gain more. It's more expansion, gaining. It's gain. That wish card is presenting itself. Now, let me see if I could. I just want to be able to. Okay, there you go. A little bit better, right? So on your third leg, you have a third party. It's external. You know, this pain you're experiencing might have been the result of a third party. But right now, you're going to experience something here, especially on this leg that involves the third party. And I don't believe it's anything nefarious for many of you, okay? You have, because here it is, you have the Empress coming in sideways as well. And the Empress, as we know, is the Emperor's counterpart. It's Taurus, Libra energy. You could be meeting someone that has serious Taurus placements, Libra placement, or Aries placements here. And are you the Emperor or the Empress? I mean, it really depends, doesn't it? But the Empress is definitely the Emperor's counterpart. The Empress and the Emperor, especially coming in sideways like this, you are at a crossroads making decisions, but so is your counterpart. You're both at the same place at the same time, even if you're not together right now, okay? You're both exactly at the same crossroads. So you will either find them this month, if you haven't met them, or you'll be making changes with them to open this new path so you're not alone. That's why that came in reverse, okay? So keep that in mind here, Virgo. Let me see if I could. Next card up, and here's yet another page. You have this Page of Wands in reverse. Mercury and Sagittarius energy. All your pages are in reverse except for one holding the cup, right? So you may take a necessary delay and pause to think about everything, which is good. It's smart, okay? Just don't make that delay something that keeps you stuck. You know, definitely unstick yourself here. You have the Nine of Wands here. Is it the nine? Yeah, it is. It is the Nine of Wands coming in reverse. And that's giving birth to the Five of Wands in reverse. That's really nice energy here. And I'll tell you why. So, as we know, the Nine of Wands is that wounded warrior card. It's that wounded warrior energy. And we talked about that healing, right? And I do think that this card being in reverse for you is going to open you up because it looks like you're healing some sort of wound. and you're coming together with another person here, Virgo. You have the Five of Wands coming in reverse, and that's Saturn and Leo energy, right? Release of confusion or conflict, even if that conflict is internal. We talked about that conflict way at the beginning, back months ago when we did this reading. Those different heads on that animal going in different directions. And what did I say? It has to be in unison. And yeah, there is a third party involved in this somehow. The third party might be time. It might be time. The third party might be this healing you have to do, or the release of something, recognizing that you only have so many years to be happy, right? You do. And it's time for your happiness is now. When we add this column up and we break it down, we get Saturn energy. And this was a lesson you had to have, and you've learned clearly. Aquarius, Capricorn energy. When you look at your challenges, I'm going to have to just stick these over here because the sideways cards make everything a little squished. You have Jupiter energy. And what did I say about Jupiter energy over and over again in this reading? Expansion, luck, change of fortune, more, gain, right? Seeds planted, wish card. Yeah, so you're going, it does take action and courage. You see that? Action, courage, new beginnings, maybe a challenge for you for part of this month. And part of this little journey you're on, but that's really good. We didn't do these cards, and I'll get to that in a second. But you have here the Tower. Wow. Yeah. So you have the Tower card, and the Tower is Mars, Aries energy. Yet again, some people say it's Pluto, Scorpio. It depends which book you read, right? But for me, it's basically Mars, Aries energy. So that's come out over and over again because you have the Emperor, that's Aries, Mars. You have Iron, which is Mars, Aries. So you have that Tower, right? And the Tower is going to be challenging. The Tower is going on inside you. A realization, a sudden realization about something. You have the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. And it's interesting. I always say that the Queen of Pentacles is sort of the Empress card light, right? It's a lower version of the Empress. So here you're going to have a temporary stepping out of the material world, or sort of a period of non-creation. Remember we said you were going to have that pause. It's going to be a confusing time, but it's going to be worth it, right? You have here the, yeah, and here's the upright Knight, right? The Knight is on a journey of self-discovery. Mercury in Gemini energy, you're going to find it difficult not to take this pause. I think part of you wants to just rush ahead and go forward. But I do think you're going to take the necessary pause. And when we add this column up and we break it down, we get Neptune energy, which is what I said about the confusion. It could be confusing for part of this month, that Piscean energy. And Piscean energy is also up here, overarching card, right? Confusion, a little confusion there, for sure. So what do we have in your opportunities column? You have beliefs, facade. Yeah. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your past? What do you believe about your pain? What do you believe about other people? It's on the table here. It is definitely on the table for you. You have in your opportunities column, you have the Five of Swords coming in sideways, and this is Mercury in Aquarius energy. A decision on whether to be defensive or not, to drop your defenses. It's going to be an opportunity for that, to finally break away from whatever it is that happened in your past fully. And look at this. You have the Ten of Swords, Sun in Gemini. A lot of people dread this card, but this is in your opportunities column. An opportunity to end something once and for all. Go with that Tower energy and just say, okay, it's over. It's over. All that pain is in my past. It's not going to affect me now because I only have so many years to be happy, and I'm being offered a cup now. You have the Seven of Wands coming in, Mars and Leo, and that is your final card here is the card of determination. That is really, really nice energy. If you so choose, Virgo, this is a choice you have to make. Let's see. Let me pull a couple of cards, then we'll do your numerology to tie everything together for Virgo, June 2024. You have 13. It says you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. I do think that something is coming to you in the material world as well. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily, not quickly, steadily towards your goals. I am confident. I do think you're going to be gaining a lot of confidence this month for sure. You're going to be gaining confidence in your choices. And by the end of the month, things are going to tie together nicely. But remember, Virgo, this is your time to be happy and to let the past go. For Virgo, June 2024, please. June 2024. Dragon's blood. It says, expect to be in a position of power. It's an auspicious time for you. Anything you touch will turn into gold. And as you can see, this is a large deck, and I can tell you firsthand, not all these cards are good. A lot of them are bad. So I'm a believer in, for sure, experiencing both. Whatever comes out on the table is what I'm going to tell you. Okay. I forgot to tell you, when we add this column up and we break it down, we get Uranus energy, and that's important. That is change, unexpected change. That's that tower, unexpected change, breaking free from restrictions, right? Yeah, for sure. Because you have this Eight of Swords in reverse energy as your center card, breaking free from restrictions. Okay, when we add all the numbers up in this reading and we break them down, we get the number 9, which represents Mars. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't, right? Mars, Aries energy, that Emperor energy is all over this reading. The number that we spoke on the most was number 3, which is Jupiter energy. And that doesn't surprise me at all either, right? That luck, optimism, Wheel of Fortune energy, that gain for sure. The 2 planets that we spoke on the most were Mercury energy and Jupiter energy. So there is going to be a communication coming in. There's going to be something offered to you here for sure. And you have that Jupiter energy again, right? Which is the expansive energy. The sign that we spoke on the most shouldn't surprise you. It's Sagittarius. And what does Sagittarius is ruled by? Jupiter. So Jupiter, Mars. Now the 3 planets, just to backtrack a little bit, that came out in this reading the most was Jupiter, Mercury, and Mars. Expansive energy, communicative energy, and aggressive, sort of passionate energy like that. And we did not do these cards. I'm going to do that right now. The interesting thing about these cards is that you got tribe and travel. And it says, and these are cards basically that someone around you is thinking. A lot of these cards are bad. A lot of these cards are just okay. A lot of them are great. So there is a variety of cards. But the first one you chose was tribe. It says, we seem very aligned in a lot of ways, and you're my kind of people. And I believe that's that Emperor Empress energy coming together. It really, really is. It says travel. I think we should take a trip. This might be the offer that comes in. This may be something that you say to someone. It is something that someone else is thinking, though. There is something going on here. There's something brewing. You may have had one goal, but some other thing is coming together for you. And regardless here, Virgo, it's all so positive. I wish you all the luck, and I will see you next month for your summer. It's going to be your big summer reading, your big 3-month reading. So don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.